Hey, my Econ tribe. This is Ray, and I wanted to go over the W-4 a little bit because I've had a lot of people ask for information about it because I actually experienced it and went through the process. All right, so let's start off with just showing you some proof of that how this works. All right, so this is an old pay stub of mine, and as you can see, the federal income tax there is negative 50.59, which they take out from my pay. And after I turned in my W-4, you can see as federal income tax, there's nothing there. That means I was able to get some of that money back, which actually increased my my weekly paycheck, which was amazing. All right. So with that being said, let's actually go over to W-4. Should have it here somewhere. Alright, so I started filling some of it out. Alright, so basically, this is really the only page you really need. After you fill out this page, then you would go to the first page and, we'll go over that real quick. So, alright, so this page, for me, was the only page I needed to fill out. Because the other page here is actually for people that have multiple jobs. All right. So let's go over the first page, which we'll just jump right into. A, enter 1 for yourself, which I did. Enter 1 if you will file as married, file jointly. I'm not married, so I just put 0 there. C, enter 1 if you will file as head of household. You can put a 1 there if you want. I just put it at 0. D, enter 1 if you're single or married, filing separately, or only have one job. Or you're married, filing jointly, have only one job, and your spouse doesn't work. Or your wages from your second job, or your spouse wages is less than $1,500. And I would assume they're talking monthly. So I put a 1 there just because I'm single and I have only one job. E, I also put a 0. This goes over the child tax credit, which I don't have any children, so I'm not going to go over that information. Also, F, I also put a 0 because I have no dependents, and so I really don't know much about that information either. If you do have children or if you do have dependents, then you kind of have to do your own research on that yourself. Other credits, I also put 0 as well. Alright. So here on H, it says add lines A through G and enter the total here. So basically, I only have A and D, which gives me 2, right? So now we'll go under deductions and adjustments, alright? So 1, let me see here. It says 1, enter an estimate of your 2019 itemized deductions. These include qualified home mortgages, interest, charity, contributions, states and local taxes, medical expenses. So basically for me personally, I don't have a mortgage. I haven't really done any charity. I've done some charity, but nothing I really care to put on here. Don't have medical expenses, so I am going to put a 0. Alright, number 2, basically it gives you 3 options. So you either put 24,400 if you're married, filed jointly, or qualifying widower, or 18,350 if you're head of household, 12,200 if you're single or married file separately. So I am going to put 12,200. All right. Number 3 says subtract line 2 from line 1. If 0 or less, enter 0. So obviously you're going to try to subtract 12,200 with 0, which is just going to give you 12,200. Alright, so number 4 is where most people really mess up. Is they ask for an estimate of 2019 adjustments to income. It basically just goes over any kind of deductions. Now we're talking about, your rent, electricity, food, gas, household products like cleaning supplies. If you have school loans, things like that, which is qualified as deductions. The average deduction that everyone should be putting for a minimum is $20,000. This is exactly where people start messing up at, right? They don't know what to put for deductions. Alright, so number 5, it says add lines 3 and 4 and enter the total. Alright, so 3 is 12,200, 4 is 20,000, so which gives us 32,200. Alright. Line 6, it says enter an estimate of your 2019 no wage income not subject to withholding. I'm really not sure exactly what that means. I would assume this kind of like under the table stuff, but I just put a 0 there. Alright, number 7, it says subtract line 6 from line 5. If 0, enter 0. So basically here I just put 32,200, right? And now line 8, you got to divide the amount on line 7 by 4,200 and enter the results here. Alright, so I'm going to pull out my phone real quick. I already know the answer, but I'll just do it real quick just so. Let's see here. So it's 32,200 divided by 4,200, which gives me 7.6. But I am going to round it up to 8. So I'm going to put an 8 here. Alright, and then it says enter the number from the personal allowance worksheet line H. So I'm going to go up to line H, which is right here, and which is a 2. I'm going to put a 2 here. And then number 10, you're going to add line 8 and 9, which is going to give me 10. Alright, so now you take that 10 here, and you're going to go back to your first page. Right here, it says employee withholding allowance certificate. Sorry. Alright, so this is the, this right here, this little section right here is basically what you're going to be giving to your employer. And they, obviously they handle the rest from there. People be like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to give them. So this is what you give them. And basically, after I fill this out, I cut it out and I went to my human resources and I was just like, hey, I updated my W-4. Here it is, and thank you very much. Pretty much. So here you're gonna put your name, obviously your last name. You're gonna put your social security number, your home address, your city, state, zip code. 3 here, you're gonna put single or married but with withhold of higher single rate, which I have no idea what that means. But I'm single, I'm not married, so I just put single. And 4, I didn't fill that out, so I guess you could just leave that alone. 5, it says total number of allowance you are claiming, which this is where you actually put 10, right? And then it says additional amount, if any, you want to withhold from your each paycheck, which, I put 0 on that. 7, I actually left alone. I didn't touch it. Which is because the person that explained it to me said it was not needed, so I left it alone. And then the last part is basically just putting your signature, dating it, and the employee's information down here, but you just let your employer sign that, and they take care of the rest. So basically, that's everything I personally know about the W-4, what I filled out as a single with a person with only one job. Now, if you have multiple jobs, or if you're married, if you have children, things of that nature, then you might have to go into this a little bit more detailed. You might have to actually gather some information yourself to properly fill this out. But that is it for me. If you have any questions, definitely hit my inbox up. You know where to find me.